Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mic check, Chloe.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
Storms are rolling into the area and severe storm warnings are in effect around northern Nevada. Storm Watch tops Channel 2 News at 6:30. I'm Jennifer Burton. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Boy, a different picture out there right now as thunderstorms roll through than what we've seen most of the day. Let's go to Chloe Beardsley, who's in the Weather Center. And Chloe, what are we expecting for the rest of the evening?
Well, Jen, we are actually expecting one of those severe thunderstorm warnings to expire in just about 30 seconds, but we are still seeing some severe activity outside right now. And let's actually take a closer look at exactly what's happening. You can see some thunderstorms just south and east of us in Reno right now, but the severe thunderstorm warning is actually just above us. You can see it right here. A part of it is in California. You can see multiple lightning strikes here. Look, our strike counter is over 320 lightning strikes. This is just northeast of Susanville right now is where we're seeing the bulk of that storm activity. Also getting some shower activity in the Fernley and Spanish Springs area. You can see it right there on your map. Now, as we take a look at the next few days, we're going to see the chances for thunderstorm development continue for quite a while. I'll have details with the full forecast coming up in a few minutes. Jen, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Chloe. Look into our community now. It was a busy weekend in downtown Reno for the third annual Biggest Little City Wing Fest. Landon Miller has more on how this event helps the businesses involved.
Oh my gosh, we just did the math. We did over 10 tons of chicken.
Yeah, and that's a lot of chicken. People from all over the region consumed more than 20,000 pounds of wings this weekend.
Wings? Yeah.
More than 24 wingmasters shook their tail feathers for a chance at one of these trophies.
We had some great winners. New people that showed up this year actually trophied quite a bit.
I'm from Buffalo. I mean, everybody could do a buffalo wing. So I try to go outside the box.
I've always been making wings all my life, came up with some new flavors for this weekend, and they were a hit.
And they got their creative juices flowing for every taste bud, whether you like sweet and savory or spicy wings.
What makes our wings stand out is my mother's secret sauce. She's been making it since we were little kids, and she won't tell anyone the recipe.
Maple bacon bourbon and a lemon pepper garlic parmesan.
Last year we won it with our strawberry cheesecake hot wings. This year I think we won it with our caramel sea salt wings.
We talked to a few winners who are actually based here in Reno. Redneck Wings took home some hardware, including first place for the best hot wing.
When you win some trophies, I think it's a really neat, positive feedback.
And this was Slater's Ding-A-Wing's first time at Wingfest, and one of their awards was second place for People's Choice. Slater himself told us how this will help in his future endeavors.
I have some dreams of opening something up, and I think having some trophies behind me will definitely help me secure something in the future.
Finally, Paulie's Pizza received the top spot for People's Choice for the second year in a row. He talked about how his restaurant on Kidski Lane could see some impacts.
It helps it tremendously because people go, wow, we got to go try their wings.
Covering the story, Landon Miller, Channel 2 News.
Also in our community, as Art Town continued in Reno this weekend, artists showcased their painted doors. They were created to raise awareness of drug and alcohol addiction and recovery. The doors were painted as part of the Doors to Recovery. It's a project the Stacey Matheson Foundation created after the loss of her son to an accidental overdose. Liberty Fine Art Gallery is one of 7 locations showcasing the doors. Its owner explains that the doors represent the journey of recovery for addicts, including Abe Perry's door seen behind him.
I just think it's a stunning example. It's the breakthrough of the door, breakthrough to recovery, and the front side of the door is the recovery side, the back side of the door is the addiction side.
After this month, all the doors will be on display at the Nevada Museum of Art, and beginning in September, they'll be auctioned off. 10% of each sale will go back to the artist. The rest will go to the Stacey Mathewson Foundation. If you'd like to find out more about this event or other Art Town events, head to our website, KTVN.com. Click on the Art Town link in our features section. And if you're looking for another Art Town event tomorrow, some teens will be showing off their work at the Spanish Springs Library in Sparks. Students from the Pyramid Lake Junior-Senior High School on the Pyramid Lake Paiute Reservation have been working hard in their Native Studies and Art class. The student population is around 90% Native American, and this class focuses on teaching the kids to use traditional materials for their artwork, such as clay, willows, and animal hides. Tomorrow's showcase includes a variety of work, from beading to pottery to paintings. You can see the work starting at 4:30 tomorrow evening. 4th of July celebrations can get messy with trash piling up, even on the shores of Lake Tahoe. In an effort to keep Tahoe blue, the League to Save Lake Tahoe hosts the area's largest beach cleanup of the year. Ryan Canaday was there and has details.
Every year, more than 250,000 people come to Lake Tahoe to visit for 4th of July celebrations. And although the lake is known for its clear waters and clean beaches, more than thousands of pieces of debris are left on the lake each and every year.
Assorted plastics to tennis balls and I think popcorn, maybe. So nice variety.
Sam McGinnis was one of 220 volunteers today who grabbed a bucket, some gloves, and went searching for trash on Tahoe beaches.
It's one of the prettiest locations you can really come to pick up trash.
And the volunteers at Kings Beach this morning want to keep the lake that way. They want to keep Tahoe blue.
Tahoe is having enough, I would say. It's a beautiful spot to be and it's magical.
But in order for the water and the beaches to stay clean, all leftover Independence Day trash must be accounted for.
5, 6, 7, 8 plastic caps. Most of the trash that we find is single-use plastics. This is the most commonly found trash out in the environment.
That's where Marilee Movius with the League to Save Lake Tahoe comes in. Today she helped keep record of the types and weight of trash found. But she says today's efforts are less about what is found and more about who is finding it.
And I think these cleanups provide the opportunity for people to join together and feel like they're giving back to the community. And that's what's great about the Keep Tahoe Red, White, and Blue Beach cleanups and other cleanups throughout the year.
In an effort to keep Lake Tahoe clean throughout the whole year, organizers say beachgoers are encouraged to carry out whatever they carry in. Covering the story in North Lake Tahoe, Ryan Canaday, Channel 2 News.
For 2 weeks, people have been marching in South Carolina in an effort to remove the Confederate flag that stands in front of the State House there. Yesterday, hundreds of protesters gathered for a Take the Flag Down SC rally. Joyce Coe has the story.
There was a lot of red, white, and blue as people gathered here at the South Carolina State House on the 4th of July.
Want to sign? Sure. What better day to bring folks together than the day that we celebrate the country's 239th birthday.
But this crowd was here for more than just an Independence Day celebration.
This is an art piece about why the flag should be taken down.
Though groups over the past couple of weeks have voiced their support for the flag, these hundreds rallied with music, speeches, and signs to take the Confederate battle flag off of State House grounds.
Take down the flag!
This doesn't represent our city. It doesn't represent our state well.
This event is ahead of Monday's legislative session, where lawmakers will start debating the issue on a bill introduced in the Senate.
The world is looking at South Carolina. They are elected by the people. These aren't their seats they sit in. They sit in the seats that the citizens let them sit in.
It is not up here for heritage. The people that believe it's up here for heritage are basically pawns on a political chess set.
That was CBS reporter Joyce Coe reporting from South Carolina. Voters in Greece went to the polls and rejected a proposed bailout referendum. The decision could have huge repercussions on the financial stability of the country. Chris Martinez reports.
Greeks sent a clear message at the voting booth Sunday. Hours later, hundreds celebrated in Syntagma Square in Athens. They voted no to another bailout deal in exchange for more austerity measures like tax hikes and pension cuts. Greece's Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras was against the European bailout. He said it offered no debt relief for the country, which is drowning in $268 billion debt. After casting his vote this morning, the finance minister doubled down on his job.
Will you resign if there's a yes vote?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there won't be a yes vote.
Tonight,
so you're stuck with me.
Polls showed Greeks were split leading up to the vote.
I think that we have to vote yes because if we want to stay in the European Union, for me it's absolutely necessary this.
The rejected referendum comes nearly a week after Greece missed a debt payment to the International Monetary Fund. Greeks lined up in ATMs across the country to withdraw money, only to have their funds rationed. Just how much leverage the no vote now gives Prime Minister Tsipras in the next round of negotiations remains to be seen. The head of Greece's banking association says cash could run out by tomorrow. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel will travel to Paris Monday to meet with French President François Hollande to discuss the referendum outcome.
We have a massive thunderstorm developing in Reno right now. We'll have the latest updates coming up next.
But first, we'll take you out to Eureka, where the small town atmosphere is perfect for Independence Day celebration. That story is coming up. And in sports, the USA women's soccer team was looking to win in the finals against Japan. Dallas will tell you how they did a little later in the show.
You're watching Channel 2 News at 6:30 with Jennifer Burton. Sports with Dallas Galodny and Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Welcome back. In communities across Nevada, the festivities of this weekend took to the streets in red, white, and blue parades. In tonight's Nevada Backroads, Jack Sutton found himself in Eureka and discovered how folks there celebrate America's birthday.
The 4th of July, barbecue and fireworks, beer and friends, and burgers, that's for sure. But of greater importance, it's a time to reflect and remember why we celebrate. Why we march in parades and bask in the sunshine of freedom. Independence Day, the day our nation severed ties with tyranny. America today is still seen as a ray of freedom. The beacon the early Americans lit is a guiding light that succeeding generations will always remember and closely guard. Our foundation is of and by the people. Under one flag, united for the world to see. How gallant are those who march with our colors. Old Glory, red for bravery, white for liberty, and blue for justice. Considered the symbol of freedom and truth, we hold freedom as a certainty, paid for by the bravest who gave their all. As we celebrate this independence held so deep in our hearts, May we always be the land of the free and the home of the brave. And may there always be mom and apple pie. To the framers of liberty and the guardians of America, those brave souls who gave so much to preserve our freedom, we will make good use of it. In Eureka, Jack Sutton, Channel 2 News.
It just started raining outside in Reno. We'll have the latest storm watch updates coming up on Channel 2 News.
Thanks for watching Channel 2 News. The live stream will be back in just a Channel 2 News continues with Chloe Beardsley's Pinpoint 2 forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. Here's a live look of the storm activity developing just over Reno right now. And just to put things into perspective, this is the Reno Tahoe International Airport. Now we are going to zoom out just slightly so you can get a better look of this developing cell. So far, no thunder strikes have been reported yet, but we are getting some light rain around the area around the airport right now. And we could potentially see those dangerous lightning strikes over the next 45 minutes or so as the cell continues to grow and then dissipate this evening. As we take a farther look, we did have some severe thunderstorm activity just east of us and in parts of California as well. So we're really seeing the thunderstorm activity all over the state this evening, all the way down to Smith Valley. You can see right there on our pinpoint radar. And as far as conditions are going outside right now, no weather watches or warnings have been issued for the area yet. Now that could change very well within the next few minutes and within the next hour as well. So stay up to date with Channel 2 and we'll keep you posted on those severe watches or warnings. A red flag warning does still remain in effect for portions of California for very dry weather with high winds. Here's also another live look outside. You can see mostly cloudy conditions as that thunderstorm really develops over the area this evening. Take a look that we're even getting some rain hitting our cloud camera right now as we speak. Conditions outside, it is still fairly warm outside. Variable winds at the airport, but we can expect some gusty outflow winds as those storms continue to dissipate this evening. We topped out at 92 degrees this afternoon, and compared to what we typically see this time of year, we're pretty close to average, and we're going to see similar weather continue over the next few days. Overnight temperatures in the 50s with possible storms happening in the Lake Tahoe area as well as Reno. We'll see partly cloudy skies much later on tonight. And as we take a look at what we can expect for the next few days, the chances of thunderstorms will continue with a good chance we'll see it in the beginning of the work week. Low pressure will continue moving into the coast, creating some unsettled weather conditions, and that could prompt those thunderstorms to develop again later on in the afternoon in the Sierra as well as parts of the
Nevada basin over the next several days. Here's a look at temperatures for tomorrow. We're looking at 70s and 80s in the mountain, mostly 80s and 90s for your temperatures in the valley. Up north, it will be a mixture of 80s and 90s around the region, and we'll take a close look at temperatures closer to home. 70s and 80s around the lake, mostly 80s and 90s for your highs in the valley. We'll take a quick look at some of those neighborhood temperatures. You can see them right there on your screen. Overnight, it's going to be fairly mild with lows dropping down into the 50s and 60s, just kind of depending on where you live, and highs tomorrow upper 80s to low 90s, so right around the average mark, and the chance of thunderstorms pretty consistent over the next several days, with a good chance of seeing that shower activity at the beginning of the work week and clearing out as we get closer to the end of the work week into the next weekend. So it's really going to keep us on our toes. We have that large cell that's developing just ahead of us, so we'll keep an eye on that, and of course keep our viewers up to date on the latest storm watch coverage right here on Channel 2.
They can blow in really quickly and start raining on everybody.
Oh yeah, that was just within the last half hour, so it's very quick, and we've got a good chance of showers over the next few days, so good to be on top of it.
Okay, thanks, Chloe. Coming up, we'll tell you why 3 generations of British royals were out and about today. But first, in sports, the Reno Aces returned home yesterday. Dallas will tell you how they did.
Thanks for watching Channel Now, here's Dallas Kolodny with Channel 2 Sports.
4 years ago, the United States women's soccer team was stunned in the finals of the World Cup by Japan, who defeated them in penalty kicks. Flash forward to this evening, and the two squads met again in the finals of the Women's World Cup. Let's head to Vancouver, and whoever said there isn't enough scoring in soccer, because Carly Lloyd in the United States did not mess around. 3rd minute off a corner kick, Lloyd, the one-timer, buries it in the back of the net, 1-0 USA. Just 2 minutes later, more from the Americans. From a free kick, the ball bounces around the box and goes right to Lloyd, who scores her 2nd goal in the first 5 minutes. And they weren't done. 14th minute, ball gets batted high in the box, goes right to Lauren Holiday, and she makes it 3-0. In just the first 14 minutes. What else could happen in this game? Well, in the 16th minute, Lloyd from midfield sees the Japanese keeper napping, uses the shadows to complete her hat trick. Fastest in World Cup history, 4-0 USA, and the ladies are World Cup champions. 5-2 is your final. Tobin Heath added that 5th goal in the 54th minute. Carly Lloyd would receive the Golden Ball Award for the tournament's best player. This is the United States women's national team's 3rd World Cup title, most all time in the Women's World Cup. Big congratulations to them. On the baseball, the Reno Aces returned to Reno to face Giants affiliate Sacramento yesterday. But before we get to what's going on the field, the Aces, in conjunction with the Diamondbacks, made some transactions today, starting with veteran infielder Cody Ransom. He's been placed on the 7-day disabled list. He was hurt on this RBI triple on the series finale with Albuquerque Friday night. He had been hitting .216 with 5 home runs and 27 RBIs. So with the DL move, the Diamondbacks have optioned Danny Dorn back to the Aces, and in an Aces uniform this season, he has been killing the ball, hitting .426, 4 home runs, and 25 RBIs. But as I said, the Aces welcome the River Cats to town this week and lost last night. They're in action right now, and they're in the third inning at last look in the game. Knotted at 1, our photog Adam Barra-Hachiko getting some sweet highlights for you. I'll have that for you guys tonight at 11. But how would the Aces parent club, the Diamondbacks, do as they look for a sweep of the Colorado Rockies? Early on, though, Troy Tulowitzki goes yard, 3-run shot. Tulowitzki is also the godfather of one of TJ Bruce's, Nevada's new head baseball coach's daughters. Well, former Reno Ace Asmani Tomas brings the D-backs a little closer later in the game with this solo shot, but not enough. Rockies get the win, 6-4. A's looking to take the series from the Mariners today in the third. Things looking good. Sam Fuld, first home run of the year for him. Solo shot to right. The A's take a 1-0 lead. Same score in the sixth. Seth Smith rips it to center with 2 on. Those two will score. Robinson Cano and Nelson Cruz gracefully slides in at home. And the Mariners earn a split with the A's, winning 2-1. Well, the starters for the MLB All-Star Game were released today, and no, the American League is not full of Kansas City Royals, but there were 4 of them that made it. They almost had all of them in a few weeks ago. Via the fan voting at first base, Detroit's Miguel Cabrera. Second base, Jose Altuve from Houston. At shortstop, Kansas City's Alcides Escobar. Toronto's Josh Donaldson will start at third. At catcher, Salvador Perez from the Royals. 4 more for you from the AL. 3 outfielders. Angels Mike Trout, 2 from KC, and Lorenzo Cain and Alex Gordon. And the designated hitter is Nelson Cruz. Over to the National League, Arizona's Paul Goldschmidt will start at first. The speedy D. Gordon of Miami will be at second. Johnny Peralta will represent St. Louis at short. At third, Todd Frazier will give the hosting fans in Cincinnati someone to root for. Buster Posey, the Giants catcher, gets the start. And finally in the outfield, Bryce Harper from Washington, Giancarlo Stanton from Miami, and Matt Holliday from St. Louis. Well, final round of the Greenbrier Classic. Despite missing a birdie, this birdie putt on 18, Tiger Woods finished the day with a 3-under, 67, his first bogey-free round in 56 competitive rounds. In the end, Danny Lee would win a 4-way playoff. That's his first career PGA Tournament win, Jen.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dallas. After the break, a look at the royal family in England as they celebrate the christening of Princess Charlotte. That story next. Then Chloe will have a final look at our weather. You're watching Channel 2 News. Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. Princess Charlotte has been christened at a church in England after the Cambridges made their first public outing as a family of 4. Take a look at this. The event offered crowds the rare opportunity to see 4 present and future monarchs at the same time. Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Charles, Prince William, and little Prince George. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge pushed the princess in a pram that the Queen used for 2 of her own children. Several thousand well-wishers greeted the royals while Prince George delighted the crowd on foot. Very cute out there. Chloe, you've got some news for us.
Yeah, actually some pretty severe weather updates. Let's take a look at the radar right now. A flash flood warning has been issued until 9:45 tonight for portions of west central Nevada. And more specifically, Doppler radar indicated 2 big thunderstorms that are producing heavy rain and hail along I-80 just east of Fernley and along the Story and Lyon County line. We can expect to see some very heavy rainfall in those areas. If you are finding yourself driving within that area, avoid portions of the roadway that could be flooded. You don't know how deep that water is, and you don't know if the foundation under that water is sturdy. So be careful out there. This is, again, in effect until 9:45 p.m., a flash flood warning for portions of west central Nevada.
Okay, and I know you'll keep a watch on that, and we'll find out more at 11:30. Great. Thanks, Chloe. Thank you for joining us. Hope you have a great night, and I hope you join us back here tonight at 11. We'll see you then. Good night.